Alright, welcome everyone. Thank you for coming. I'll start with a quote from Amy Parker. She is a 37-year-old woman who grew up unvaccinated. Her family didn't believe in vaccinations. They were kind of a crunchy granola type family, and they didn't believe they were effective and thought that they caused more harm than good. And this is a statement from her. I struggle to understand why I know far more people who have experienced complications from preventable childhood illnesses than I have ever met with complications from vaccination. She goes on to explain that she had contracted measles, mumps, rubella, viral meningitis, pertussis, and chickenpox while she was a child, all of which are preventable with vaccinations. So vaccinating your children is the only way to protect them and other children from preventable and potentially life-threatening diseases. Without vaccinations, measles, mumps, rubella, pneumonia, meningitis, influenza, pertussis, and polio can all be spread. And without vaccinations, an epidemic could occur, and the death toll would just continuously rise and rise from all of these illnesses. Most of the information that I gathered is from the CDC, the Centers of Disease Control. They work 24/7 to prevent the spread of diseases, and they really support communities and citizens who do the same. All of the stats that I have are from the CDC, and a few of them I'll give you from before vaccinations. In 1921, there were 15,000 cases of diphtheria, and then one case since 2004. 1965, there were 12.5 million cases of rubella, of which 2,000 babies died and 11,000 women miscarried their children that year from rubella. And since 2012, we've had only 9 cases in the United States of rubella due to vaccinations. The main issue is that without vaccinating your children, it lowers the herd immunity. And that is the immunity given to people who are unable to be vaccinated by the people who are vaccinated. There is a population of people who aren't able to be vaccinated. These people are immunocompromised, like children with cancer can't get vaccinations. Some children are too young to get vaccinations. Some people are allergic to a component in vaccinations. And then there is a small percentage of people who vaccination isn't effective in their body, and they may or may not know that. So that population is who we're trying to protect by vaccinating healthy children. So that's herd immunity. The majority of the population being immunized protects the small percentage of the population who is unable to be immunized. There are a few reasons why people do not vaccinate their children. The first one is that vaccines can be potentially life-threatening. The CDC states that it's 1 in 1 million children has an anaphylactic reaction, and that is a very rare occasion. But understandably, that's a thought that crosses many parents' minds, and that's scary. But the Department of Health and Human Services reassures people that vaccines are the safest medical product available. Another reason why people choose not to vaccinate is because they believe that there are harmful ingredients like aluminum and mercury in vaccinations. Actually, aluminum is more prevalent in breast milk than it is in vaccinations. And so that's basically a myth that people have just kind of ran with. And the harmful ingredients are at such a low dose that they are not harmful for any human. And the third argument is that vaccines aren't necessary because there aren't these diseases prevalent in the United States. You don't hear about measles, mumps, rubella all that often, and that's very true because we vaccinate. Now we have people going on vacation to Europe and Africa and they bring diseases back, or we have immigrants come with diseases who aren't vaccinated, and that's a major issue. In 2013, there was a massive outbreak of measles in New York. In a small community that was had a high population of low vaccinated or unvaccinated people. And for instance, too, there was a little girl with acute lymphocytic leukemia who went on vacation to Disneyland, and she came in contact with a little boy who wasn't vaccinated, and he had contracted measles. He ended up giving the little girl measles, and she ended up passing away because her body wasn't able to fight off a somewhat innocuous disease like measles. She wasn't strong enough to fight it off. She ended up dying, and it all could have been prevented by one vaccination. Vaccines are the best way to protect all kids against life-threatening illnesses. They are 99% effective. The CDC estimates that 732,000 children's lives are saved every year through the use of vaccinations. The majority of the most well-known health organizations are supportive of vaccinations, like the Food and Drug Administration, the CDC, the Department of Health and Human Services, the Institute of Medicine, the American Academy of Pediatrics, the American Medical Association, I don't know if I said the Department of Health and Human Services, and the World Health Organization all support vaccines. They know that the benefits completely outweigh the risks tenfold. The future with all able, healthy children vaccinated is healthier. All diseases could be eradicated like smallpox has been through the use of vaccinations. Immunocompromised children can live a life not of solidarity. They can go to public schools. They can be integrated in society, and right now they don't because they're afraid to contract a disease. I believe his name is Jeff Kruger. He said it best. He says that vaccines save lives and fear endangers them. So don't be afraid, vaccinate. Thank you.